Well, good morning. You join me again on the River Severn. Last time we spoke, I showed you some pre-baiting in the close season, and this time we're actually going to show you how to catch a few barbel. We're going to put everything into practice that we spoke about last time about pre-baiting, and hopefully we'll show you a few more of these for the camera. Okay, so this is the mix that I use for 90% of my barbel fishing in the summer months. It's dead quick and easy to mix, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. There's three main ingredients that make up the base of the mix, and that's 4mm code red pellets, 6mm spicy sausage halibut pellets, and 4mm S pellets. I put them in equal measures, so I put half a bag of each in, which is half a kilo. After that, the next thing that I put on is a little bit of oil. The one that I like to use is the hemp and spicy sausage liquid enhancer from Molyneux baits. I probably put about a quarter of a bottle onto this just to give the pellets a nice glossy sort of sheen to them. The next thing that I put on is the code red glug. This has got a lot of liver and black pepper in it, which is really attractive to the barbel. It's very, very sticky as well. So once I've done that, which is the first thing that I do when I get in the swim, before I've got any of my other fishing gear out, the bait is the first thing that I prepare. It needs a little bit of time to soak in, so it's a good idea to do that yourself. You will need to add a little bit of water to it as well, maybe a couple of pints to a mix of this size. The barbel and the chub just can't seem to resist it. I've done very, very well over the last couple of years just using a very simple mix like this. That might be a barbel. Yep, I think this is definitely what we came for. So the reel that I'm using, that I've been using for the last few months, is the new Korum Neoteric FS. The 5000 size that I've opted for marries up very well with my Korum Expert 12-foot £1.75 rod. I do use this setup for quite a lot of my barbel fishing. I'll probably say 90%. And there we have it. Awesome. Well, look at that one. £8 on the nose. From the way that it was fighting, I thought it was much bigger. It's quite empty, this one. It's got a bit of growing left in it, which is exciting going into the colder months. I just love barbel fishing, catching these fish, incredible. So I've talked you through the bait, I've talked you through the hardware. All I need to do now is show you the end tackle, the rigs that I've been using, and the hook baits. So we'll get this one back and I'll talk you through that now. Right, so this is the rig that I use for all of my barbel fishing and a lot of my river fishing in general really. Start off with a Korum run rig kit. This is the small size. There's also a large one available if you're using a really heavy river feeders or anything like that, but the one I'm using today is a 4 ounce. So to start it off, you attach the free flowing bead onto your main line, then you attach the buffer bead, tie that off to the swivel that's supplied in the pack, and then it's just a simple case of putting on your chosen hook length. The hook length that I like to use is tied from the 12-pound barbel line. It's absolutely tough as old boots, this stuff. I've never used anything as strong or as abrasion resistant in my life. I've gone through numerous different hook lengths in the past, and this one is by far the best that I've ever used. It's two-tone, so it fades from a nice brown colour down to a clear colour, so it just breaks up the outline when it's on the riverbed, and it's just so strong. It's unbelievable. I've got that tied about 3 foot long, and that's down to a Korum Expert Power Hook in size 10, which I use for all my barbel fishing. I'll use that with double 8mm pellets, single 10s. The one that I'm using today is a 14mm pellet. I've been doing very well on the bigger ones just lately. I use it with 15mm boilies, 12mm boilies, things like that. And the pellet that I'm using is a Sonu Baits Halibut Pelleto 14mm, like I've just said. I tend to start off using these. If I find the going gets a little bit tough, I do like to put a few drops of the lava onto it. My favourite two are the spicy sausage and the cheesy garlic. The cheesy garlic's a really good one for the winter too, and it's really good for chub. So as you can see, there's nothing sort of fancy about it. It's just very, very tough, strong components, which is what you need for barbel fishing, and very simple to set up. Another one in the net. There we are, another hard fighting River Severn barbel. Looks like the choice of swim is paying off. Seems to be a few in the area now. So we'll get this one back, and I'll explain to you why we decided to fish this particular stretch and this particular peg. Okay, so this is the swim I've decided to fish first today. When I arrived here this morning, I had a good walk up and down on the stretch to just familiarise myself, and I noticed that this is quite deep in front of me. There's a nice shallow run beyond me downstream, and beyond that even more it shelves off and it's quite deep and slow beyond there. So I've got about 5 foot of water in front of me. Where it shallows up, it comes up to about 2 feet, so it's sort of a very good natural holding spot for fish where all the food washes into, and it's paid dividends fishing here to start with. So we're going to fish it out for another couple of hours. I've got one rod in the middle of the river, and I've got another rod just down to my right to the snag. So like I said, we'll fish it for another couple of hours, see if we can get 1 or 2 more fish. If not, we might wander downstream and see if we can get another fish from another stretch. Nice way to end the session though, with one last fish. There we are. Another big one, I think. Well, what a fantastic way to end this session. £9 one. It's the biggest one that I've caught up to now this season. I'm excited going into the autumn. You know, these sort of 8 and 9 pounders are starting to put a bit more weight on now. You know, I hope we've taught you a thing or two today, and hopefully we'll help you put some more of these on the bank.